Well, I'm very honoured to be meeting Boyd Clack here this evening.
And I'm very honoured to be meeting Vic Doyle.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm here with a chap called Gerard Kress, who I'll introduce you to later.
Yeah.
We're all involved in folk music and violins and having a right old Irish stomp.
I love folk music myself.
Which we must.
I used to do folk clubs when I first started playing.
Yes.
In Australia.
In Australia?
And in Amsterdam I did a couple of folk clubs.
Was it Irish themed in Australia?
Well, then it was more to do with sort of the American nouveau folk, sort of Chris Christopherson, John Prine and people. They were the in people of the time.
The real writers.
Yes.
Americana.
Yes. Prine is a great songwriter.
Yes, absolutely. I wish I could remember the one I'm trying to think of. But
I know the one you're trying to think of is "There's a hole in Daddy's arm and the money goes." Jesus Christ, he died for nothing else.
Yeah, real honest gut bucket sort of stuff.
Which is about a Vietnam veteran addicted to heroin, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, tackling that subject, I've only really seen William Burroughs attempt to do it, and it's clearly another reality that most of us don't have to go down.
But folk music in general, I really love.
Yeah, and you were mental health nursing in Australia as well.
In Australia and in the Park Hospital, and in Jersey in the Channel Islands.
Yes, I actually found work in Wales because of the closure of the Park Hospital.
Really?
In care in the community.
Were you a psych nurse?
No, I was just a woodwork instructor as a session worker.
Oh yeah.
And we ended up going from a tiny little room in a cupboard in T Drow in Pontypridd, and then we had 2 factory units on the in Kilfennydd in the end, making garden furniture and things like that. And it was absolutely amazing. We never had the best health and safety record ever. We never had any problems.
Are you from Ponty?
I actually live in Blind Cleckeye.
Yeah.
The land of the Zulus.
Yeah.
So, just check you're still in focus there. I live in Blind Cleckeye, where Stanley Baker lived, and
my favourite ever Welsh film actor.
Yes.
The biggest star we ever had.
I'd like to form a band called Rorke's Drift, but I'm told it's politically incorrect.
Yeah.
But there's still time. Those red costumes, what could be?
I always rated him above Richard Burton, say, who is much more famous, but I thought he was a much better actor.
Yeah, he definitely carved his own way through the
and he
industry.
Also kept to his roots a lot, didn't he? He used to go back to Blind Cleckeye a lot. From what I heard, he was shagging a woman who was above the fish and chip shop.
He'd like, and I think that, so he's probably got little children running around here, there and everywhere. There's more people related to him than they realise.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Well, can you tell me a little bit about your short film?
Oh, there's a short film which is Sean Carlson, who's behind me, wrote it.
Yes.
I wrote some of it as well. I did extra dialogue.
Yes.
And it was. It's about someone who was a contemporary of Dylan Thomas's.
Yeah.
A poet also, and a laugh inferior one, who believes himself has incredible airs and graces, and believes himself to be as great, if not greater than Dylan Thomas.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's a modern day biography looking back upon his life.
Oh. And it's a very short film though, is it?
Well, half an hour.
Half an hour, I see.
Not more than half. It's very good. You should come and see it now.
I can call security if this man is bothering you.
No, he's all right.
He's well known to us. We do have a problem.
Well, I used to nurse him in the hospital.
That's it. Yeah. In fact, you both. This is Gerhard. And I know you both had a background with mental health.
Does it show?
And Gerhard's got some involvement in one of the short films, and I've come down with Gerhard, and Gerhard is involved in all sorts of art things, and I thought I'd film him on a night out.
Well, that's a nice idea.
And see what happens.
Yeah.
And we're involved in all sorts of music projects and some.
Music projects.
Yeah. We have done some very limited recordings, but we've been playing nearly every week, at least once a week for about 7 months. I play the guitar.
Are you a good player?
And I'm a really good rhythm guitarist.
He is excellent. He's excellent. He wouldn't say so himself, except you probably would, wouldn't you?
I know. Well, I do. It's the one thing I've done all my life is play rhythm
What
guitar.
guitar have you got?
I've got a Fender Telecaster from 1978.
Love Telecasters. Telecaster is my favourite electric guitar.
Yes. Well, I actually lent my Fender Telecaster to a very little-known group called In Excess in the early 80s, and they ended up making some of their biggest videos while they were using my guitar.
Really?
So I'm trying to find a crazy In Excess fan to buy it off.
Well, pity Michael Hudson's done signed it.
I know, yeah. Well, he used it on the video of that song, Never Tear Us Apart, which was carved.
Funnily enough, I never rated them as a band. They didn't
No. They carved the lyrics of that into his coffin, and they sang that song at his funeral.
Yeah.
And they made a 2-part film about the band.
Yeah.
Called Never Tear Us Apart. So this guitar's right in the middle of the In Excess story, you know. An Australian band, you know.
You probably get money out of it then.
Yeah. Well, Fender Telecaster, the finest.
Oh, lovely.
I've got a card I'll give you for one of my bands because I play bass in another band that play in Cardiff called the Bones of St James.
Yeah.
A real literary. The right songwriter is James. He's quite an Cardiff eccentric, and he's an amazingly off-the-wall lyricist.
Yeah.
And he plays a 1960 Hohner Senator guitar. And our drummer's just got one snare drum and a pair of brushes. Yes, yeah. And we're a bit like a skiffle group, really.
That's cool. I like that. I did a TV show and there was a band on there called oh my God, they're quite well known.
Not Lonnie Donegan.
There's 3. The lead singers. I can't remember their names, but they're an avant-garde sort of band of that, the Tiger Lilies.
Right, yeah.
They were good.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a squeeze board,
Oh, I see,
stand-up box.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, we've done...
They were rated as great as well. I mean, they were very big in Europe.
We've all toured in a KA with a PA as well. You know, I mean, it's so portable. And we played it with the Brecon Jazz.
You got your own PA?
Yeah, quite small as you can imagine. I've got a big PA at home as well. Yeah, if you ever want to do any kind of music. I tell you, do you know Tom Pentra Workman's Hall? Tom Pentra Phoenix.
I think I've been there, but I wouldn't say
it's a wonderful, it's probably one of the few remaining music halls in the valleys where it's got the original seating.
Oh, lovely. So I tell you, I've played a lot in my life in bands and solo, but the only time I'll play again in future is to people who are paid to come and see me.
Yeah.
I'm not into going to a pub and trying to win the audience. It's just not my trip.
Yeah.
I did some gigs a couple of years back with a session band, and they were good.
I did something with you in Club Beautiful Bark a few years ago.
Yeah.
When there was a lot, it was a New Horizons, I think.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
There was lots of bands on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I played that night.
Did you?
I saw. That's when I saw you live. You know,
Oh, right.
Your songs and got to know more about you.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, I mustn't take all your time and your
really
coffees.
Nice to meet you, mate.
There we are. We're here for this. So.
Cool, mate.
I look forward to seeing your stuff, and perhaps we'll have another chat afterwards.
Absolutely, loved you to.
Thank you ever so much.
Lovely to meet you in the.
Okay, I've got a card for this band I was talking about, so I'll give you that as well.
Thank you.